Doggies. It's just crazy. Check it out. They're like super comfortable. It's like they're in their own environment.
So why is it so hard to let you go? To let you go. So why is it so hard to let you go? To let you go. So why is it so hard to let you go? Let you
Good morning everyone and welcome back to a brand new episode. Just made it to El Nido, Palawan here in the Philippines last night and woke up, had some breakfast and getting ready to go on the first island hopping here in El Nido. Most likely I'm gonna do a couple of tour days with the island hopping, but right now I just want to show you guys the splendid, lush garden at my hotel. It's called Novi's Tourist Inn that I'm staying at here for 3 nights. Looks like has just an abundance of flowers and ferns and whatever you can think of. It's on a hill just here in town, but yeah, overall it looks quite nice. They have these little houses and multiple levels and so on, but they look quite nice. The rooms are decent as well, lots of flowers like you can see. But yeah, with that being said, let's get this day underway. So this is how the streets of El Nido look like. This is a little bit south of the main town, but probably a kilometer or so. But they have quite a few houses that they're all made for tourists. So this town, this island pretty much just lives on tourism. So one thing about the tours here in Philippines so far, every tour you take, you gotta wait. You gotta wait quite a bit. You gotta wait from 30 minutes just for the pickup to an hour when you get there. So even though they say the tour starts at 8:30, typically plan for 10 o'clock or so. But let's hope for the best. Enough complaining for the day, and let's get this day underway. And the boat has finally arrived. Northern Hope. And the first stop on the destination, Antelope Island. It's gonna be a little bit hard to film with this because you gotta go through quite a bit of water, so I'm not sure if I can take my stuff, but I'll find out in a little bit. So the island does have just a few palm trees, but the cliffs are quite huge. But the Antelope Island is famous for this little rock that they have right here all by itself. As you can tell, it's just like a little mushroom coming out of the sand. Very similar to what you see in Thailand, and again, very similar to the landscape that you have in Ha Long Bay, Vietnam. But right now it's a little bit overcast, so the color of the water is not as turquoisey as we have seen in Coron. Interesting enough, this island has a private part as well where you can take some private tours, and it looks like it's way less people on that side, and the views are not bad whatsoever. all throughout the island you get outstanding views, but it gets a little bit overcrowded in certain parts. So thinking about getting a private boat is actually not a bad idea. So yeah, this is the side where majority of boats that you can get on the regular tours come, and it gets a little bit overcrowded at times, no doubt. But I mean, the cliffs are just spectacular, guys. I mean, the whole landscape, what you have seen so far, and you have seen my Coron video as well. It's just purely phenomenal how everything is just eroded throughout time, and you get this marvelous landscape. So guys, right now just cruising with the boat through the landscape, through the limestone mountains, and yeah, the weather's still overcast. Hopefully it changes, but yeah, it's spectacular just again, just being on a boat and just seeing, observing, and just feeling the nature. This is wild. This is just it's a different world. I mean, just being here, there's quite a few people out. Since yesterday there were quite a few tours canceled, so everyone's going out and visiting today, but yeah, there's quite enough space or water, if you put it that way. So from time to time boats just stop at specific spots in the archipelago that they're specifically for snorkeling, as you can see. So I don't snorkel, I mainly float, but yeah, I'm definitely getting into the water. And lunch is served. This is pretty much how a lunch looks on a boat in El Nido, cooked by our Mr. 5 Michelin star chef right here. So guys, gotta film on my phone because it was a little bit harder to get here to the Snake Island, right? Got to get to the waters again, like many other places that we have seen today, and it's not worth messing up some of my other stuff, but check out the beauty, guys. This is purely outstanding. It's phenomenal. This is the Snake Island because when we have low tide, you get this little patch of sand where you can actually pretty much walk. So it's like walking on water and admiring the splendid views all throughout. Check it out. So as soon as you get just a little bit of light, check out how everything changes. All the waters turn into this beautiful turquoise. It's really windy right now. As you can tell, the waves are moving quite fast, but this Snake Island, is just phenomenal. Definitely the most overlooked tour that you can do here in El Nido, Tour B. Doggies. It's just crazy. Check it out. They're like super comfortable. It's like they're in their own environment. The dogs of water, the water dogs of the Philippines, of El Nido. But most likely they're at that cabana right there. There's some people living there. Not sure exactly what they do typically, if they provide food or they're the water merchants around these places, like I showed you guys in the previous video, the people that sell beer, coconut. But yeah, the dogs, another bonus points, another bonus point for El Nido. Hey, talking about the water vendors, there we have it. This guy is selling actually coconut and rum, a little bit different than popcorn and chips and beer than the one in Coron, but yeah, a little bit more fancy, more VIP-ish, if I can put it that way. I would honestly do Tour B just for the Snake Island, just because it's something really unique. It does not, it's something that it's not part of the other tours, right? So it does make Tour B way more intriguing. There are not that many boats at the point right now, but check out, we got some dogs here, some exotic, animals in the Philippines. But no, it's just outstanding just to see this patch. It's mind blowing. It's probably one of the highlights so far that I experienced in the Philippines. Definitely Coron has its views and all that, but you know, the stretch is just like, you know, walking on water. That's exactly how it is. It's just phenomenal. Right now the sun came out a little bit, so it makes it way more spectacular. Check it out. It is phenomenal indeed. And once again, guys, you know, make sure when you do book a tour, if you come to El Nido or Coron, make sure that if they say it includes a kayak, you know, it includes a kayak, because this is the second time that we got screwed over. You know, it said it included a kayak, it did not include a kayak, which sucks, because there are places like some of those caves where you can take a kayak and get really close, and you know, you can experience it just in a different manner. Damn, right now I just got bit by something in the water. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff, you know, some of the little fishies or some of the little how do you call it, gosh, I can't, jellyfish. Yeah, some of the jellyfish are all over here, and they'll just bite you from nowhere. So just made it in front of this little island cave, what it looks like. Not sure exactly if we can go in or not, because we do not have a kayak, but check out the view. It looks really cool. It looks like something you would see in a James Bond movie, and that's where the villain would live. You know, go inside and find a big lab. And from what I believe, the last destination in the tour, we are almost done. It's been different, no doubt. It's been a little bit unorganized compared to the other tour that I took in Coron, but still, no doubt, it was splendid in you know, in all manners. So the last destination on the tour today, the island that you have previously seen in the footage from the boat. Yeah, quite a few boats here as well, but the island does look quite nice. It has you know, some of those majestic palm trees, maybe some palm trees for some Instagram photos. We'll see. We got an hour or so we'll see what we can do for that much. But yeah, the sun came out again, and there's quite a bit of you know, that beautiful turquoise. And like on any other island we have seen, or in the water itself, more stray dogs everywhere. So a lot of the islands here, I've noticed that they have only certain portions with palm trees, but you know, the palm trees do look quite splendid, you know. The beach is not very expanded, but it does have quite the nice goldish sand. You know, it's a little bit rough here and there because of the debris, I'll call it that way, of the sea. And what better way to end the day after a tour on the sea, island hopping, than with a spectacular sunset. Check it out, guys. Pure goldish, pinkish colors everywhere. I'm shooting on my phone, so this is the quality that you get on a Samsung S8. You know, you don't need a whole bunch of equipment. You don't need a whole bunch of stuff, you know. You just need some good views, some good stories, some fun, some adventure, and you can create whatever you feel like it. So don't let equipment, technology ever stay in your way.
So why is it so hard to let you go? To let you go. So why is it so hard?
And guys, that was it for today. Just came back after an exhausting day. Perfect sunset to end the day, as you saw in the previous time lapse. Super great day. The weather was not the greatest, you know, a little bit of too much cloud, but overall it was great. Again, exhausted. Gonna go and grab a shower, gonna have a little snack, and then hit the bed, because I might or may not do another tour tomorrow. I'm still deciding, but we'll find out in a later episode. So stay tuned. If you have made it so far, give it a thumbs up, give it a comment, give it a subscribe, or whatever you feel this video deserved. Until next time, gratitude should be the only attitude. Stay humble. Peace.
So is it so hard to let you go? To let you go. So why is it so hard to let you go? To let you go. So why is it so hard to let you go?